Mon nom est Alexandre Poulain, je suis professeur dans le département de biologie et directeur adjoint du programme en sciences environnementales à l'Université d'Ottawa. My research group is interested in how microbes interact with contaminants at the cellular level and in evaluating how these interactions affect ecosystem-scale processes. One goal of this research is to identify how microbes control the entry of pollutants into food webs. Bacteria have been around for billions of years, and so have what we call toxic metals, and over time they have perfected the way they interact with these metals. The ability that these microbes have to sense and transform metals is fascinating, and it also has some very practical applications, such as cleaning up contaminated sites or developing new analytical strategies. My work is inspired by a desire to improve our relationship with the environment, but also by the incredible diversity of what microbes can do on this planet. They can live without us. We cannot certainly live without them, and I'd like to understand how they can help us.
My name is Brenda Mcdougal. I am the chair of Métis research at the University of Ottawa, and I engage in Métis-focused and specific research around the history of Métis social networks through genealogical connection to one another. My research is first and foremost for Métis people, about Métis people, so that these are people who are often forgotten in Canadian history, and so I feel it's important for me to be able to engage with a history that they relate to. And yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of people. I'm lucky to be able to do the thing that I love the most, which is historical research. And I had plenty of people who pushed me along the way to be able to do this. First and foremost, teachers and professors who challenged me to learn more and to be able to tell stories.
My name is Jackie Dawson. I'm an associate professor at the University of Ottawa in the Department of Geography, and I'm a Canada Research Chair in Environment, Society and Policy. I work in the Canadian Arctic, where we're experiencing major impacts related to climate change. We're seeing major reductions in sea ice in particular, which is causing an increase in shipping traffic. Also, Inuit elders are no longer able to read the sea ice in a way that they used to, so we're seeing major risks and impacts to people on the land and on the ice. So I work with the industry, the shipping industry, Inuit groups, Inuit government, and the Canadian government to try to come up with solutions to reduce the risk of a changing Arctic environment. The reason I'm extremely passionate about this area of research is because we have the chance to do this right. The Arctic is still a pristine environment. We have the opportunity to learn from others' mistakes and to govern this region in an effective way that's going to benefit Canadians and Canada.
My name is Judy Alu. I'm a law professor at the University of Ottawa. My research is on intellectual property, innovation, and development. Intellectual property such as patents, copyrights, and trade secrets are laws mechanisms for protection of knowledge and innovation. There are two frameworks for knowledge production: traditional knowledge associated with indigenous and local communities, and the Western scientific forms of knowledge production. Now, it's easy to get intellectual property using the Western scientific knowledge production model, but that does not apply for those who produce from the traditional knowledge realm. For example, farmers are able to generate new varieties of food crops, but yet they do not get intellectual property protection. So my interest is working for a new knowledge production framework that recognizes all people who contribute to knowledge production. And this is very significant in relation to Aboriginal peoples of Canada and other marginalized peoples elsewhere in the world, because it's going to help us address significant development challenges in the area of environmental sustainability, in the area of public health, and in the area of rural empowerment.
Bonjour, mon nom est Pascal Fournier. Je suis professeur titulaire à la Faculté de droit de l'Université d'Ottawa, où je dirige la chaire de recherche sur le droit comparé et le pluralisme juridique. Dans le cadre de mes recherches, je m'intéresse aux femmes, au pouvoir des femmes et à leur stratégie de négociation lorsqu'au moment du divorce, elles doivent naviguer du droit religieux au droit séculier. Avec mon équipe de recherche, nous nous sommes dirigés sur le terrain pour écouter le témoignage des femmes, mieux comprendre leurs défis, leurs aspirations, leurs rêves pour tendre vers une meilleure égalité et une meilleure accessibilité à la justice. Nous nous sommes rendus dans plusieurs pays européens, des pays du Moyen-Orient également, et nous croyons que le droit international et le droit national convergent vers une même égalité des droits et que c'est notre devoir ici au Canada d'assurer cette égalité des sexes.
My name is Jane Bailey, and I'm a full professor in the Faculty of Law at the University of Ottawa. I'm also the co-leader of the Equality Project, which is a 7-year SSHRC-funded partnership focused on the ways that the big data practices are shaping the online environment in ways that sort young Canadians into discriminatory categories that we already know expose equality-seeking groups to discrimination and violence. My passion for addressing cyber violence and cyber harassment was ignited 20 years ago when I was junior co-counsel on the first internet hate speech case to go before the Canadian Human Rights Tribunal. And since then, as a professor, my commitment on these issues has really only deepened. That's why I'm so thrilled that the Equality Project allows me and my co-leader, Valerie Steeves, to bring forward the voices of youth on these issues and to work with community organizations that are committed to working for a more equal future for all. I think as young Canadians are moved ever more deeply into an integrated online-offline existence, it's essential that we all work together to ensure equal participation for everyone.
Hi, I'm Murali Murugesu, and I'm a full professor at the Department of Chemistry and Biomolecular Sciences at the University of Ottawa. I'm also University Research Chair in Nanotechnology. My research focuses are directed towards creating new materials for molecular electronics. So these materials are basically based on magnetic materials at nanoscale dimensions so that we can create next generation of high-density, low-powered hard disk devices, but also some of these quantum computing systems. Some of these molecules exhibit quantum behavior, therefore we are interested in quantum computing as well as memory storage devices. What interests me or what I'm passionate about in this work is working with students who are dedicated, who are motivated, and they are enthusiastic. And every day it's fun to work with them and continue to do this research with young minds. This is my passion.